Solis was founded in 1986 here in Dallas, Texas by Dr. Freer with the thesis of a dedicated breast center with dedicated breast radiologists. And the idea being that women could go to a place where there were highly trained radiologists who would detect cancer early in the breast and not call them back for superfluous additional testing, which created a lot of anxiety for patients. And the business proliferated here in Dallas, Texas for a number of years and grew through strategic acquisitions outside of the Dallas, Texas area. In 2011, when I joined the company, there was a big focus around the non-compliance of women in the U.S., of which 50% of women are not getting annual mammograms. And these women don't need to have a physician order, and typically insurance covers the exam 100%. So we were very intrigued as to why compliance was so low given the high number of people being diagnosed with the disease, almost 250,000 a year, and unfortunately the high mortality rate of almost 40,000 women a year. And we went into a lot of research, psychological research called right brain research, and what came back from that was that there was a very high level of anxiety by well women who do not have any symptomatic signs of cancer coming in to get annual mammograms. And so we redesigned our entire process. So we had the high quality clinical side, but then to that we added a retail flair and feel, which made it a lot more convenient. We added online scheduling. Our call center is only staffed by female agents, and we have tablets that patients fill out when they come into the centers, and they have that information the following year and the year after. We also made a conscientious effort to get patients back for their annual mammograms, and we make 6 attempts to get those patients back. And the whole idea is if you catch a breast cancer the size of a pea, which you'll only find in a mammography, that you have a 90% survival rate after 15 years, whereas if you detect it the size of a walnut, you'll probably feel it, and the survival rate there is around 15% after 15 years. So a big change in the outcome depending on when you diagnose the cancers. So a key part there was our retail flair, feel, getting patients back in a very convenient manner, and to alleviate the stress that we knew patients were feeling coming in. We also make a conscientious effort to get results out via email within 24 to 48 hours so patients can have closure and go on with their lives. The third strategy was really how we would grow this business, and we opted for a hospital joint venture strategy. Think of the analogy of the Starbucks in the Marriott Hotel. We're a specialized provider of a very unique healthcare product or service in a bigger environment around a hospital. And we've been very successful growing our business with a number of very large and reputable hospital chains in the country. And that's how we're growing the business, and we'll be doing so for the foreseeable future. And really the fourth strategy revolved around our culture and ensuring that we documented the culture that had been developed over the last 30 plus years, starting with Dr. Freer. And from that, we've developed a playbook, which is essentially a culmination of the best practices that we've been able to achieve in our 60 facilities, and allows us to produce a service and a way of doing things that is consistent across the organization, that helps with quality outcomes, and most importantly makes the patient secure and that she knows coming in what kind of experience she'll have at Solis, and will be amenable to coming back every year thereafter and getting screened. So we're very proud of what we've created at Solis. It's a wonderful place to work. We are very mission driven, and it's been an honor to be able to serve this company for the last 9 years.
Thank you, James, for that introduction to Solis Mammography. Hello, I'm Caitlin Holmes, Director of Center Development for Solis. My team is responsible for working with our joint venture partners to open new Solis centers. I have been with Solis since October of 2017 and have been involved in the development of our PMO. We currently have 4 major service channels in the PMO. We play a leadership role in opening new centers and working with our new joint venture partners to establish and develop our IT integration strategies. We also oversee and partner with business and IT leaders on the execution of strategic projects and are building out our reporting and analytics services to guide the organization in improving our speed, cost management, and resource planning within the company. Stacy will share more with you later on our services and structure, but right now I would like to give you some background on the Solis PMO. Solis began its journey into project management in October 2017 when the organization hired project managers to assist with opening new centers. The project managers were assigned to work with operations leaders as support team members to organize the opening of new centers. The addition of project management was supported at the highest levels of the organization, and we accomplished a tremendous amount in a short few months in bringing teams together to understand dependencies and timelines required to open a new center. We also were aware that we could do much more with a formal PMO and PMO strategy. At the same time, we were also recognizing the need for experienced, trained project management to support our key corporate initiatives as well. In March 2018, Solis hired a vice president of PMO to oversee project managers and expand the department. The first priority was to define the PMO scope and role, which our Director of Strategic Projects, Lauren Rogers, will share with you later in this presentation. The team saw immediate impact in the success rate of projects after the project manager's role was better defined and best practice gaps were closed. I will come back to that with you on the next slide. The PMO also engaged on an in-flight project that was scheduled to be delivered in May to transition the current primary critical clinical system to a new platform. This project touched every team member in the company. In May through December 2018, we implemented our PMIS platform, moving from Excel-based tracking, and refined our project plans for consistent and efficient launches of new centers. We also built out structure for strategic projects and reporting and engaged highly skilled experts in clinical systems to oversee our critical system transition. The project was rescoped and a new target implementation date of January 2019 was set. This project was not only a transition, but a new way of working and operating within our company. A change management leader was assigned to guide the organization through the transformation. In January 2019, the critical system transformation was accomplished successfully. During that month, we also launched the PMIS to the entire organization for utilization in completing and following project tasks, as well as implementing new project accounting policies and reporting processes in partnership with our finance team. By March of 2019, we not only celebrated the one-year anniversary of our PMO expansion, but also were able to celebrate having a positive financial impact on the organization through our project accounting processes. Now I'd like to walk through how important some of our early analysis was to providing immediate value to the company. We applied our combined years of project management experience and training and assessed where we had gaps from what we know are best practices and how significantly these gaps may have been affecting our projects. As we are all aware, best practices in project management are to be applied to the project, program, portfolio, or organization at hand. We began by going through a lessons learned review of recent projects and came to a critical few gaps that were identified as those that, if we corrected, would have the most significant immediate impact. And they did. The key gaps identified were around requirements management and quality, communications management, risk and issue management, and deployment. For requirements management and quality, we needed to strengthen requirements processes, and we had a need for user experience-based test plans. For communications management, we were missing a system for communications around required activities and had no PMIS in place. Projects were managed in Excel. For risk and issue management, we learned that our process was not clear and that lessons learned can be applied across all projects. Regarding deployment, we needed project KPIs identified and needed escalation plans and RACI plans. Solutions were implemented. We established the Quality Assurance Department under the PMO, selected and deployed PMIS for schedule and communication, created standard milestones and reporting for issues and escalations, and created the project scorecard system for project results and KPIs. In addition to the gap closure work we undertook this year, the PMO also worked with the senior executive team to prioritize the project work going on within the company. There were many initiatives and projects found across the organization when we met with various departments and inventoried the body of project work. From this list of projects, the leadership team was able to prioritize those with the greatest benefit to the organization as a whole. We looked at the projects both from a risk perspective, what would happen if we didn't do this project, and a benefits perspective. What will be better if we do this project? The key was to help everyone understand that if everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. We were able to shrink the list to around 20 projects that were considered above the line, and then further identify the top 5 projects in the company. Our PMO is structured around delivering on strategic projects. The focus is on these projects, and the project managers are assigned only to these major efforts that are business critical and are highly complex and require cross-functional participation to succeed. Now I'd like to hand the presentation over to Stacy to share more with you about our structure and how we fit into the organization.
Thank you, Caitlin. Our first year in establishing the PMO was truly exciting and rewarding. So let me now share with you how we were able to achieve that level of velocity in the PMO. And it all starts with organizational buy-in that project management operations is a critical functional area alongside other critical areas of the business. The Solis PMO is as critical to the business as IT, sales, or marketing at Solis. It's part of our culture that project management department is essential to advancing the business. As Caitlin discussed earlier, we are an enterprise PMO, and I report directly to the CEO, who you met earlier, James Profilman. Together with the rest of the senior executive team, we develop strategy and set priorities for the organization. The senior executive team includes the heads of all of our functional areas. Having the PMO at the table to collaborate with leadership on both immediate and long-term objectives helps us provide real-time feedback on our capacity to deliver the desired outcomes and discuss and solve for where we need to add, outsource, or make other adjustments so that we're achieving our most important priorities but can also quickly respond to opportunities or new emergent needs. It really collapses the cycle of reviews and discussions from weeks to hours or less. Having the project management department included as a member of the senior team also helps ensure that all leaders are continually informed of the status of critical active projects and can give immediate support when needed. So within the PMO, our primary delivery channels to the organization start from the question of how do we structure our services to ensure optimal value generation. First, we start with looking at what does the organization need us to accomplish. We support and partner with delivering new centers, integrating with partners, and delivering on strategy. You've heard these already. So we structure our teams to support each one of those delivery areas. Our staff in those areas include 5 staff under new center delivery, 2 under partner integration, 4 under strategic projects. But when we zoom out, we see that another primary service we should provide to the organization is learning and business intelligence, which we can also enable us to increase the velocity of our delivery cycles. We have a tremendous amount of data that's captured and can be used by the organization, and we build our system around this ability to drive and deliver these analytics to the organization through dedicated staff. By prioritizing and learning analytics and leveraging our data, we not only deliver projects on time and budget, but we can shorten cycles, lower cost, and provide more value. Now I'd like to hand the presentation over to Lauren Rogers, our Director of Strategic Projects, to talk about our objectives.
Hi, I'm Lauren Rogers, Director of Strategic Projects for Solis. My team is responsible for delivering strategic projects for Solis, as well as managing the portfolio governance processes. As a project management leader, I know that the success or failure of a PMO often lies in ensuring the PMO has very clear objectives and a clear role within the organization. Often, all stakeholders need a quick and clear understanding of the PMO because their prior experience with the PMO and its purpose may have been different in previous organizations. We have 6 key objectives that we frame our services around in the Solis PMO. These help us explain our value to the organization. Open new centers and support growth. We partner with all functional area leaders to plan and execute delivery of system-level joint venture integrations, new center openings and existing center growth, delivering an exceptional experience, opening new centers on time and on budget. Deliver strategic projects. We partner with business owners to deliver critical projects, and we manage project intake and governance processes, providing dynamic schedule views and dependencies of projects and center development activity across the enterprise to control the pace and sequencing of initiatives and ensure they stay on track. Steward our resources. We help focus financial and human resources on activities that deliver the highest value to the organization and manage and control approved budgets and resource plans. Support data-driven decision management. We leverage technology to provide automated, fact-based feedback on project schedules, performance, budgets, and dependencies to enable informed decision-making. Realize expected benefits. We define project success upfront with critical success factors and benefits management. We position projects for success with strong requirements, quality management, and organizational change management strategies. Build muscle memory. We gain efficiencies and speed of execution through the use of standardized tools, processes, and communication methods in selecting, planning, and delivering projects and programs. So those are the services we provide, but we also ask ourselves, how do we want to deliver these services to the company? How do we show up for each other and for our partners and colleagues every day? Our mission, core values, and guiding principles are the way we gain a common understanding of that. You can see here that it is important to us that we are seen as subject matter experts and are open to sharing our expertise with our colleagues. It's also important to us that we acknowledge that we will continually evolve, and though we may have experience in training, we are open-minded to the best solution for the project at hand. We always want to deliver the fourth part of the project management triangle, a positive experience. And we declare that in everything we do, we will be approachable, be respectful of differing ideas and values, promote a culture where collaboration is a core value, no silos or information hoarding here, nourish a positive and supportive environment, be passionate about project and change management, and always support the mission and vision of Solis first. In addition to our mission, we also apply guiding principles to our work. These principles are more inward-facing for the department. They are dependability. Team members get things done on time and meet expectations. Structure and clarity. Clear goals and well-defined roles within the group. Meaning, work has personal significance to each team member. Impact. We believe our work is purposeful and positively impacts the greater good. Psychological safety. Everyone is safe to take risk, voice their opinions, and ask judgment-free questions. An important part of the mix for the Solis PMO is giving back and having fun. We have a department goal and commitment to each other to get out once a quarter and spend part of our day volunteering in our community and doing an exciting activity together. Our recent outing in this photo was our day at Hope Supply Company, where we sorted and packed over 8,000 baby diapers for families in need. We know that a project management team's work can be challenging, and having a strong bond and having fun together is something we appreciate. Now I'd like to hand the discussion over to Kapil to talk about his experience with the PMO and some of the results we achieved this year.
Thank you, Lauren. Hi, this is Kapil Jatandaria. I'm the VP of Mergers and Acquisitions at Solis. My key responsibilities at the company is to deliver new centers in order to grow our enterprise. To enable this goal, I work very closely with the PMO team on a daily basis for implementation of a new center strategy. This is a very key and exciting part of my job on a day-to-day basis. From my perspective, the PMO team has to be at the center of the launch process for new locations as well as for new hospital partnerships, and PMO has delivered on this promise. Over the past 18 months, since the PMO was reestablished, the team has been a great partner to the BD team. They help apply project management best practices to our planning and implementation process. Let me share some background on our approach to growth. Our company focuses on joint venture partnerships and integrations with major hospital systems around the country. This includes building density in the markets that we currently are, as well as entering new markets. And these partnerships are very complex with many moving parts. However, they enable us to deliver on our mission to reach more women in new communities with our services. PMO helps us to navigate this complexity successfully in many ways. To name a few areas, PMO helps establish communication cadence with partners. They help us work through the project scope and requirements. They help us identify key stakeholders and, very importantly, establish deadlines and budgets for IT, marketing, equipment, real estate, just to name a few areas. And very important to mention that these are multi-million-dollar projects, and these efforts there are multiple integrations that are going on at the same time. Therefore, structure and attention to detail are very, very important. I'm proud to say that the processes that are developed and put in place by the PMO have shown strong results. Solis, as an example, has doubled the number of centers open in 2018 compared to 17, and as we look into 19, we are forecasted to deliver 24 new centers, which again more than doubles the number of centers delivered in 2018. Finally, I would like to say thank you to the PMO team for a world-class effort. Strongly believe that the PMO plays a key role in achieving Solis's milestones and helping us drive our mission and growth. I would now like to pass it back to Stacy to continue.
Kapil, thank you so much for sharing your experience with the PMO. It's great to hear that we're making a significant impact in your area of the business. The PMO is not only enabling Solis Mammography's speed of execution, but we are providing financial benefits to the organization as well. We have implemented, as you've heard earlier, a portfolio management information system and a resource management system to really help us shore up our project reporting and cost capture for our financial reporting. So our portfolio management system does all the normal things that you would expect a portfolio management system to do. The key thing there that we've enabled within the organization is tracking and reporting of budgets at project, partner, and portfolio levels. It's really given us a new lens into how we're spending our resources against those projects and allows us to take action on those things where we can improve. Our resource management system is also new to the organization, so we have a new time reporting system that we've implemented this year that allows us to capture labor cost at the project level for financial management and reporting as well. This has enabled us, again, to really put a new lens on where our resources are spending their time and to make sure that we have policies in place and processes in place to make sure we are focused on the right things and we're all getting the benefit of that time tracking system. So these new systems have enabled us to deliver positive financial benefits to the organization. And by that I mean we put a new lens on looking at capitalization of project implementation. So using these systems, we've been able to capture those expenses and capitalize them, resulting in a significant bottom line impact to the organization. We've also been able to reassess development fees for our partnerships, and we're now able to recover our actual investments in those partnerships, whereas before we were only estimating and didn't really have a true capture of what those project costs involved. And I'm also really proud to share with you that we have created stage gate and planning implementation services agreement with our new partners, and that has significantly improved our turnaround time, for those new partnerships for the planning and budget process cycle. What used to take us 9 months or longer now takes us 4 months to execute when onboarding new partners. That's a significant savings to the company and a significant realization of those new systems that we've put into place. I'll now turn it over to Bryant Lee to talk about what the next steps are for the PMO.
Hi, I'm Bryant Lee, Senior Project Manager at Solis. We've accomplished so much as a PMO in our first year and are excited to continue the momentum into the next year and beyond. At Solis, there are 5 areas of focus across the company we all plan our goals around: people, growth, efficiency, quality, and brand. Each focus area has its own set of priorities that we all strive towards as an organization. Each part of the business builds goals related to each priority and cascades those goals down to all team members. This ensures alignment across the business and focus towards the same goals. Next, the PMO introduced the concept of defining the key focus areas to help prioritize and organize around the most important things for us to get done. We also partnered with our senior executive team to put the focus areas into action. For the PMO, our action plan for the coming year is all about ensuring that we hardwire and stabilize the new processes that we have been put in place. Also, we have several key areas that we are focusing on expanding in 2019 to continue to deliver exceptional results to our patients, colleagues, and partners. These include, in the people area, since we're a new PMO, we'll be focused on establishing career development plans for our PMO team members. The Solis PMO is all about what is important to the individual. So our career plans include development, either within the PMO or into other areas of the business. We have already had 2 team members promoted into leadership roles in other departments, and we are proud of those accomplishments. In the growth area, we are expanding the project management information system to support the company's continued growth trajectory. This involves targeted analytics to look for trends across all projects to alert us to potential hotspots in our delivery capability. For example, if we observe across multiple projects that slip tasks are occurring in one functional area, we can reach out and help support that area of the business to get all projects back on track rather than addressing each project individually. In the efficiency area, we manage many projects that involves handoffs from one group to another. In our project management information system, we're creating alerts and notification for handoffs so that no time is lost when tasks are finished. This allows the next person to pick it up right away without any delay. In the quality area, since we are a new PMO, we are still in the early maturity level in formalized tasks, issues, stage gate processes, and establishing decision authority on each project. When we asked our stakeholders what would deliver the most value to them this year, quality was their top priority. In the brand area, we'll be focused this year on developing playbooks for each of our delivery channels, new centers, partner integrations, strategic projects, and analytics to support our internal and external partners in how we get work done and how they are each critical to the success of the project. In summary, the PMO is still executing a vision of efficient and effective muscle memory in selecting, planning, and delivering projects and programs, using best practices to communicate with speed and efficiency, being the best possible stewards of the resources that are entrusted to us, and providing visibility and a clear story of value delivered via projects. And now I would like to hand it back to Stacy for closing commentary.
Bryant, thank you so much for sharing the next steps for the PMO at Solis. We are truly excited about the year ahead and accomplishing even more in the years to come. Before we move on to closing, I wanted to just share some fun facts with our reviewers about the project management. 75% women and 25% men. Our team includes an Instagram famous baker, an event center owner, a crossbow enthusiast, a nursing student, and an active reservist in the Air Force. When we work on new center projects, they contain over 1,700 tasks in each of those project plans. And we have 15 to 20 centers in flight at any given time. That's 34,000 tasks to manage within the PMO. So in closing, we wanted to thank you all of the reviewers of the PMO Global Awards for the time to review our presentation and all the presentations submitted for this recognition. We look forward to your feedback and sincerely appreciate your consideration and hearing about Solis's mission, vision, values, and what the PMO contributes to the organization. And we appreciate the honor of participating in your goal of inspiring the evolution of PMOs to achieve the best results by sharing and learning from one another. Thank you.
I'm good to